Boys and girls, in your phonics lesson today, I'm going to do 3 things with you. First, we're going to read some word cards to remind us of our words this week. Second, we're going to work on this pronoun sentences page. And third, I'm going to start off your alphabetical order page with you. I'll start it off with you to remind you how to do it, and then you're going to finish it on your own because I know you guys are so good at it. So, first things first, I'm going to show you the card. You're going to read the word. I. Very good. Me. You. Y-oo, you. He. Him. Him. She. Her. It. We. And finally, us. Very good. So these are all pronouns that you would use to take the place of nouns. That would use, instead of saying the pencil, you would say it. Instead of saying Mrs. St. Leary, you would say she or her. If I was talking about myself, I would say I. If I was talking about our whole class, I'd say we or us. So, this first page called Pronoun Sentences, I want you to write your name and date at the top. Remember, today is December 3rd. /3/20, December 3rd, 2020. And on this page we're working on pronoun sentences. We're going to be, we'll read the directions. Directions. Replace the words in parentheses, that's 2 scoops like this, with correct pronouns from the pronoun list. So, out of all of the pronouns we've learned, we're going to use those. If you'd like, you can use the list of words in your alphabetical order page to help you remember all of our spelling words. So, here is our pronoun list. He, she, her, they, him. They, like I said, like we did in yesterday's page, not a word we're learning this week, but it is a good word to know. They. Talking about other people, more than one person that's not yourself. So good. So we're replacing, that means switching out the words in parentheses. So the noun that's in between these 2 swoops, we're going to switch it out with a pronoun. We'll start by reading the sentence, and then we'll say, what word could we replace that word with? So let's read this first sentence. The boy kicked the ball. Instead of saying the boy kicked the ball, what could you say? He kicked the ball. Very good. So we're going to write the correct pronoun here. He. He. Let's look at number 2. A girl brushed her hair. Ooh, we have the pronoun her. A girl brushed her hair. Instead of saying a girl, what could we say? Talking about one girl. She brushed her hair. Very good. Instead of saying a girl brushed her hair, she brushed her hair. Very good. Number 3. I read a book to blank. In parentheses it says my sister Kim. Instead of saying I read a book to my sister Kim, if you're talking about a girl who's receiving something, she's being read to, I read a book to, would you say she? I read a book to she? No, that sounds silly. I read a book to her. I read a book to my sister Kim. I read a book to her. Very good. Number 4. Blank. We have to find what word replaces it. It's the first word. The students ate lunch in the classroom. Instead of saying the students ate lunch in the classroom, would you say he ate lunch in the classroom? She, her, they ate lunch in the classroom? Would you use they to talk about other students that aren't yourself? Yes, you would. So you can copy this word from up here. It starts with v, second sound of v. A, EY makes also makes the A sound. I know we're learning about AY making the A sound, but in they, EY also makes the A sound. They ate lunch in the classroom. Number 5. I asked Tom to come over and play. Instead of using Tom's name, you could say, I asked blank to come over and play. If we're talking about a boy, and it's one boy, which words do we use to talk about boys? He and him. I asked he to come over and play? No. I asked him to come over and play. Yes, we could use him to replace Tom. Him. And number 6, I helped Beth wash the car. Here's a girl. We need a girl word, pronoun. Wash the car. Beth is a girl. What are the girl words? She and her. I helped she wash the car? No. I helped her wash the car. Yeah, that sounds better. I helped her wash the car. Great job. Now, this part it gets a little spicy. You get to come up with your own sentences. So, they give you words to use for these sentences, but I'm going to have us switch this out. Instead of ours, this is the word ours. We're going to cross out ours. We're going to write the word we, because that is one of our spelling words that we haven't used on this page, and I want you to use the word we in a sentence. So I'm going to give you some ideas. I'm not going to write my own, but if you see number 1, there's 2 whole sets of lines for you to use to write a sentence. So if your sentence is really long, it might take up this whole 2 lines. But then there's a space between here that kind of separates the space for your first sentence and the space for your second sentence. And then your third sentence, it only gives you 1 line. So if you run out of space, you'll just have to finish it underneath. So you could say, we like to eat pizza. We play at the park. We are with the dog. We are at the bed. So use spelling words that you know, and then you're going to come up with a sentence for you. You are my mom. I gave the book to you. So you're going to use you. Remember, you is a word you could use in the beginning or towards the end of your sentence. So it's both the subject and the object. It can be the person who's doing the sentence or the person who's receiving something being done. And then me. You could say, he gave the book to me. He or she something to me. So these are going to be, it's going to take some thinking, some brainstorming, but you're going to try to come up with your own sentences. You have your brown book at home. You can look through your whole brown book to see other spelling words that we've had, and that will help you have some ideas of sentences you could use. Pronouns are so great because instead of having to write out a whole name, you just get to write in the pronoun to replace it. So it's very easy, and I bet you use pronouns all the time without even knowing it. So try to come up with some cool sentences. I can't wait to read them when you hand them in. And now you are going to pull out your alphabetical order page, and you can come up with those sentences after I get you started on the alphabetical order page. But I want to remind you how we do it so that you're able to do it on your own. So take a look. Name and date on the top. /3/20. So remember, directions are to put the spelling words listed in the word bank into alphabetical order. Here's our word bank. Use the alphabet below the word bank to help you. So remember, let's read our words in the word bank first. I, me, you, he, him, she, her, it, we, us. Now we're going to look at the first word in the alphabet. Do any of our words, first letter in the alphabet. Do any of our words start with A? Nope, cross it out. Do any of our words start with B? Nope, cross it out. Do any of our words start with C? Nope, cross it out. Do any of our words start with D? Nope, cross it out. Any words start with E? Nope, cross it out. How about F? Nope, cross it out. G? Nope, cross it out. What about H? Oh, whoa, jackpot. We have he starts with H, him starts with H, her starts with H. 3 H words. How do we figure out what will come first? We have to look at the second letter. So we have H-E, H-E, H-I. So what comes first, E or I? E comes first, right? All right, so him won't come first. We have to look at he and her. Now, they both have H-E at the beginning. He doesn't have anything that comes after the E, but her has an R. Do you remember what we do if something doesn't have anything after it, but something else does? This one will come first. He will come first. E, because the R automatically makes it come further along because it has more letters. So then after he, cross it out. Her, cross it out. And then we have our last one, him. Him. And then you can cross out him after you write it. I know I went through that pretty quickly, so you're probably still writing. But after you write all 3 of your H words in order, you can cross out the H and move on to our next letter, I. Do we have any words that start with I? I and it. Both words start with I. And we do just like with he and her. If these both start with I, but one of them doesn't have a letter after it, that word automatically comes first. So I will come before it. So down here you'll write I, cross it out, and then it. And after you do those, you'll get to cross out the I and keep moving on down the line. Do any words start with J? Do any words start with K? And you'll keep going. And I hope this was helpful starting it off with me, because the H's and the I's would be tricky because there's more than one of them. But I think the rest you should be okay to figure out on your own. So good luck. I can't wait to see your hard work when you hand it in next week.